What's up guys, welcome back to the Joe Cobra YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be bringing you my review of Need for Speed Heat. Now Need for Speed Heat is developed by Ghost Games and is published by EA, and it's for the Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It is the 24th installment in the Need for Speed series and will commemorate the series' 25th anniversary. Need for Speed is a racing game set in an open world map called Palm City, which is the fictionalized version of Miami, Florida. During the day, you get to take part in Speed Hunter race events, which reward you with cash to spend on new cars and upgrades. You can also take part in illegal street racing at night, which will earn you rep. The more rep you earn, the more stuff you unlock. But before you can bank the rep, you have to escape the cops and get back to your safe house before getting busted or your car getting destroyed to bank all that lovely bonus rep you just earned. The game also features a storyline in which you interact with the city's police force, who are led by authority figure Lieutenant Mercer, who is trying to put a stop to all the illegal racers around Palm City. So before you can hit the streets, you first pick who you are going to play as from a bunch of pre-made male and female avatars. Unfortunately, you can't create your own personalized avatar, but you do get to at least customize them later on, which is pretty cool. You then meet Lucas, who tells you to pick your car from a choice of 4, and then you're ready to hit up the streets of Palm City. First of all, let's start with the parts that I liked about Need for Speed Heat. The story was not too bad. It's a typical Need for Speed / Fast and Furious type of story, but done much better than in past Need for Speed games. And I liked how you get to make friends, build a crew, and take down Lieutenant Mercer and his crooked cops, who are trying to put a stop to us petrol heads while trying to con us out of our race win monies with bribes and making you give up your hard-earned cash and rep when getting busted.
What did you do? What'd you do to that sweet-ass ride? You lost the car. He lost the car. No, Shaw. This is on you. You're gonna wish you never survived. Who says he did?
What are we doing here?
Sending a message.
Wait, stop!
Hey, he said...
We're on camera back there.
Shaw, hold it.
So this is how we work now?
These crews gotta learn. You try making a mockery of my unit, you're gonna take the fall. You, get out of town. And if we see you or any of your crew around here again, you're gonna be joining that car. You understand? Get up.
Racing through Palm City night or day was loads of fun, and the story was good enough to keep me interested to see the story missions through to the end. The graphics also looked great, especially at night, with the neon lights reflecting off the wet roads from the rain, and a real cool feature that lets you go from day to night with a click of your left stick, making switching from day to night a breeze. At night is where all the real high stakes racing takes place, and when the cops are at their most aggressive. It is here where you earn your rep points that help you unlock other cars and car parts that are in the game and that also help you move the story forward. Then there is the daytime racing, where there is a much less police presence, and it is here where you will be making most of your cash in the Speed Hunter events, which you need to complete in order to buy new cars and upgrades to level up your garage of souped up cars. For me, the daytime racing was not as much fun as the nighttime racing, as there is hardly any police chases, but it is still important as you make way more money during the day than you do at night, making racing during the day just as important as the nighttime racing. Another plus point is the map. It's not too big and it's not too small, it felt just right. And there is enough different things to see and do to keep you happy while driving around Palm City. Some of the cool areas on the map were the space station area, an abandoned oval racetrack, and a stunt area with loads of ramps and tubes to throw your car around in. As for things to do in Heat, well, there is plenty. You get side story missions from other characters you meet who set you challenges and that are well worth completing, as they can give you unique car parts as well as some cars that you can't buy in a dealership. There is also many activities to keep you busy, such as drift scores to beat, ramp jumps, speed cameras and billboards to smash. You also get many other events like circuit racing, sprint racing, drift events and time trials, along with a shitload of items to collect scattered around the map, like neon pink flamingos, anyone? So there will always be something to do or find with your time spent in Palm City. Then we have the most important ingredient, which is the cars. And as a big car fan, I was not disappointed here. There were some companies missing which I expected to be here, but I will touch on that later. But what we do get is 127 cars with 33 different manufacturers. It's no Forza Horizon, but it's more than enough to make everyone happy. And best of all, Ferrari is back again in Need for Speed, which is great news. Porsche is also here, along with some exotic cars like the Pagani Zonda and the superfast Koenigsegg Agera. Not forgetting also another fantastic car, the McLaren P1 is here also. And what is the point of a great car lineup if the driving sucks? Well, not to worry, as the driving in Heat is really well done and I had loads of fun thrashing my cars around Palm City. Drifting plays a big part in Heat, and thankfully this is also done really well. What's weird about Heat is that you can basically play the whole game by just using the right trigger. It can feel strange at first, but my word does it work. Now for those of you that prefer to use the brake along with the gas, then you can still do that by changing it in the options, which is pretty cool. But I really think you should give the prior method a go, as this is the default setting at the start of the game. And I assume it's how Ghost Games intended the game to be played. But trust me, once you get the hang of it, you won't go back, and just adds another layer to the racing, and I loved it. Customization is another fantastic addition to Heat, and I can't praise it enough here. I spent as much time customizing my ride in the garage as I did racing it. As well as all the performance parts to make your ride go faster, there is an insane amount of paint jobs, decals, and even the incredible wraps created by the community for you to choose from. The possibilities are endless. Then there's the car parts. Every part of your car can be customized, from body kits, rims, mirrors, headlights, neons, and even your license plates, to name a few. Hell, you can even change the tone and sound of your exhaust in different ways. It's insane. The soundtrack for Heat is another positive. To be honest, at first I was not feeling the soundtrack. It's no Need for Speed Underground, but as I played and got more into the game, I started to really like what was on offer and thought it suited the game really well. You get a mix of new age hip hop, dance, and even some Latin music that I thought went really well within Miami setting, and the tracks all put me in the mood to go racing. All the cars sounded fantastic too, and all sounded different to one another. I especially loved the sound the cars made when hitting the gas pedal and letting go of the gas pedal, only to hear the pops and growls of the exhaust and engine as I came to a standstill. One more thing on the sound, and that's that the cop radio chatter is done really well here, and hearing the cops talk about your car over the radio before they give chase always put a smile on my face and set the scene for the mad cop chases that were about to happen. One last big plus point, and that is there is no microtransactions in Heat. Yes, you heard that right. After the shit show that was Need for Speed Payback, Ghost Games learned their lesson, and microtransactions are nowhere to be seen here. And for me, that's always a good thing. There will be DLC coming in the near future, like new cars to add to the roster and a time saver collectible map, but that's it, so let's hope it stays that way. And now for the things I didn't like about Heat. As much as I loved the map, the one problem with it is that the city just feels a little empty. Now, I'm not asking for GTA pedestrians everywhere here, but at least stick some people around the city or on the set racetracks behind barriers or something. You see them at the start of the races, but then that's it. A bit more life to the city would have gone a long way, but I can also understand it's not easy implementing it in a racing game of this nature. I also noticed throughout my time playing Heat that there was a lot of late background popping in, and graphics and textures took too long to load in. It's not a huge gripe, and maybe it can be patched in an update, but it's there. And with the power of consoles that we have today, I think this shouldn't happen as bad as it does here. Also, police chases from Heat level 3 onwards can be near impossible to escape from, especially early on in the game, which was very annoying. Also, the busted time limit bar goes way too quick in my opinion when trying to get out of a police car sandwich. Just a second or two longer on the busted time bar would have made a big difference here. But again, nothing game breaking, as I do prefer the cops to be tough, but once you get some upgrades and some tools to fight back against the police, things do start to get easier, so just bear that in mind. And unfortunately for us Toyota fans, of which I am a big fan, then unfortunately you won't find them in Need for Speed Heat. So no MR2s, no Celicas, and the worst of all, no Toyota Supras, one of my all-time favorite Japanese street cars. The word on the net is that Toyota did not want to associate with legal street racing, hence the no-show. And my last negative would be for all that there is to do in Need for Speed Heat, it can become quite repetitive near the end of the game when there's nothing left to do but clean up all the countless collectibles scattered around the city. But as long as you are into kitting out your cars and still enjoy the great driving and handling of Heat, then I think you will just be fine here. So having said all this, I'm going to give Need for Speed Heat a very strong 8 out of 10. And for me, it's the best Need for Speed in a very long time, maybe even since the good old days of Underground 1 and 2. There are some signs in Heat of what made those games such classics, and I really look forward to what Ghost Games will do with the next one. Also guys, please leave your comments down below of what is your favorite Need for Speed or any other driving game. And if you guys enjoy my videos, then please give me a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button along with the bell button to get notified anytime I post a new video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on my next video where I will be hopefully reviewing the highly anticipated Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I can't wait for that one. So until then guys, goodbye, take care, and God bless.